Good evening, Miss Jenny. My name is Muhammad Rizal Saputra. Today, in this video, I would like to present, explain, and talk about feminism, especially for my final project entitled A Feminist Analysis of Gender Expectations in Emittance Rules of the Game. In this presentation, I will explain how the short story represents gender expectations experienced by the main character, Waverly Young, using Judith Butler's theory of gender performativity. Before discussing the analysis, I would like to briefly summarize the story. Rules of the Game tells the story of Waverly Young, a Chinese-American girl who grows up in Chinatown with her family. Her mother, Linda Young, teaches her the concept of invisible strength and encourages her to learn chess. Waverly eventually becomes a talented chess player and wins many competitions. However, instead of enjoying her success, she begins to feel pressured because her mother constantly shows off her achievements to other people. These situations creates conflict between Waverly and her mother, and it leads Waverly to question her own identity, independence, and relationship with her family. For this analysis, I use Judith Butler's theory of gender performativity from Gender Trouble. According to Butler, gender is not something we are born with. Instead, gender is socially constructed through repeated behaviors, expectations, and social performances. Butler explains that women are often positioned as symbols that support social expectations rather than being recognized as independent individuals. This concept is reflected in Rules of the Game. Waverly is expected to become an obedient daughter and a symbol of her family's success. Her resistance can be seen when she says, "I wish you wouldn't do that," telling everybody, "I'm your daughter." This quotation shows that Waverly wants to be appreciated as an individual instead of simply representing her family's pride. The first evidence of quotation, like I said before, I wish you wouldn't do that," telling everybody, "I'm your daughter." This quotation appears when Waverly confronts her mother after feeling uncomfortable with the way her mother constantly tells other people about her achievements. Waverly feels uncomfortable because her mother constantly uses her achievements to gain social recognition. This point shows that Waverly is not upset because her mother is proud of her. Instead, she feels uncomfortable because her achievements are repeatedly used to gain admiration from other people. Her success is no longer treated as something personal, but as something that belongs to the family. The quotation shows Waverly desired to be seen as an individual, not merely as a symbol of family pride. The quotation reflects Waverly's wish to be recognized for who she is, rather than simply being known as Linda Young's daughter. She wants her identity to belong to herself instead of being defined by her mother's expectations and family reputation. This conflict reflects the pressure placed on daughters to fulfill family expectations. The conflict also represents the pressure experienced by many daughters. In traditional families, they are often expected to obey their parents, protect the family's reputation, and achieve success not only for themselves, but also for the honor of the family. From a feminist perspective, Waverly begins to resist the role imposed on her as the ideal daughter. This moment becomes an important turning point because Waverly begins to question the role that has been assigned to her since childhood. She no longer wants to simply follow expectations, but wants to make her own choices and define her own identity. Butler explains that gender identity is shaped through repeated social expectations and performances. This idea is closely connected to Judith Butler's theory. According to Butler, gender identity is not something natural but something that is learned through repeated social expectations. In Waverly's case, she has repeatedly been expected to behave as the perfect daughter, and this expectation shapes the way she understands herself. Next, second evidence, strong's wind cannot be seen. The second quotation introduces the concept of invisible strength, which becomes one of the most important ideas throughout the story. Lindo teaches Waverly that true strength must remain invisible and controlled. Lindo believes that real strength is not shown openly. Instead, a person should remain calm, patient, and emotionally controlled. She teaches Waverly that controlling herself is more important than expressing her emotions. The quotation symbolizes emotional restraint and silent obedience. The invisible wind becomes a symbol of emotional restraint. Waverly learns that she should not openly express anger or disagreement. Instead, she is expected to stay quiet and obedient even when she disagrees with others. Waverly is indirectly taught to suppress her feelings in order to fit cultural expectations. As Waverly grows older, she begins to hide her own emotions because she wants to meet her mother's expectations. This shows how family values and cultural traditions influence the way she behaves and expresses herself. This reflects how women are often expected to appear disciplined, calm, and submissive. From a feminist perspective, these expectations are commonly placed on women. Girls are often encouraged to be polite, quiet, and self-controlled instead of expressing their own opinions freely. According to Butler, gender roles are constructed through repeated behaviors taught by society and family. Judith Butler argues that these repeated lessons eventually become gender identity. Since Waverly has been taught these behaviors since childhood, they gradually become part of the way she understands what it means to be a daughter and a woman. And then, I was 6 when my mother taught me the art of invisible strength. This quotation explains when Waverly first learned the idea of invisible strength. The quotation shows that Waverly learns social expectation from an early age. The story clearly show that Waverly begins learning these expectations when she is only 6 years. This means that ideas about gender and behavior are introduced every early in her childhood. Invisible strength becomes a symbol of the way girls are trained to behave within patriarchal culture. Invisible strength is more than just advice from a mother. It becomes a symbol of how girls are expected to behave in a patriarchal society. Girls are expected to be patient, obedient, and emotional control, and respectful toward authority. Lindo, a mother of Waverly Young, shapes her identity through continuous discipline and control. Throughout the story, Lindo continues teaching Waverly through discipline and strict guidance. As a result, much of Waverly's identity is shaped by her mother's expectations rather than by her own personal choices. Waverly experiences tension between her personal desires and the role expected by family. As Waverly becomes older, she starts to realize that her own desires are different from what her family expects. This creates internal conflict because she wants both independence and her mother's approval. Butler argues that identity is not natural, but socially constructed through repeated performance and expectations. This quotation perfectly illustrates Butler's theory. Waverly's identity is not something she is born with. Instead, it develops through repeated expectations, family values, and cultural practice that teach her how she should behave. So, result of this analysis, Rules of the Game portrays how gender expectations shape Waverly's identity within her family. Overall, the story demonstrates that Waverly's identity is strongly influenced by the gender expectations placed on her by her family, especially by her mother. Waverly's achievements become symbols of family pride rather than personal success. Instead of celebrating her own accomplishments, Waverly's success becomes a symbol of family honor. This causes her to feel that her achievements no longer truly belong to her. Her resistance reflects a struggle for independence and self-definition. When Waverly confronts her mother, she begins the process of defining herself as an independent individual rather than simply fulfilling family expectations. Butler's theory explains that gender identity is socially constructed through repeated expectations and performances. Judith Butler's theory helps explain why Waverly experiences this struggle. Her identity has been shaped by repeated expectations since childhood rather than by her own natural choices. Therefore, the story demonstrates that female identity is continuously negotiated between personal agency and cultural expectations. In other words, the story shows that women continuously negotiate between what they personally want and what society expects them to become. Amiten illustrates the conflict between individual freedom and traditional family values. Amiten used Waverly's story to show the conflict between personal freedom and traditional family expectations within an immigrant family. Waverly Journey shows that women can challenge restrictive gender roles imposed by society. Although Waverly experiences pressure from her family, she eventually begins questioning these expectations. This show that women are capable of resisting restrictive gender roles. The chessboard symbolizes both intellectual empowerment and social control. The chessboard has two meanings. On one hand, it represents Waverly's intelligence and independence. On the other hand, it also becomes a place where her achievements are controlled and claimed by her family. Through a feminist perspective, this story encourages readers to question how gender roles are constructed. By using a feminist perspective, readers are encouraged to think critically about how gender roles are created by society instead of accepting them as something natural. Rules of the game ultimately highlights the importance of allowing women to define their own identities. Finally, the story emphasizes that women should have to freedom and define their own identities, make their own choice, and pursue their own achievements without being limited by social or cultural expectations. Thank you for your attention.